Is my mic working? There we go. For some reason, it got hijacked by the default microphone, which sucks. And we use that then. I have a lava lamp next to me, and it's got a very depressing bulb in it. It's definitely not a lava lamp bulb, so it takes like 4 hours for this lava lamp to do anything. So yeah, it's just kind of there. It's just kind of orange. It's not really glowing. It kind of sucks, but whatever. Do with my lava lamp, my cold lava lamp. Yeah, what the hell are we doing? It's pretty simple. I'm just doing unit tests right now. Unit testing stuff. Get up the test coverage. That's a good metric. This is jumping code. This has already been extracted out of a bigger script. So the script was like 100 something lines. Pull out this 50. I need to pull out this function here. Because otherwise it's not really testable. You have to do weird stuff to test it. Like it's public right now. It shouldn't really need to be public. Does make sense. That should be public. Reason is it's kind of like a modifier onto this value, right? It takes this value and does something to it, and then spits it back out. So you put in this jump, it does stuff, and then returns jump. So if I wanted to add any more of those and test them, they would all have to be public. Otherwise you wouldn't know what it was doing just from testing this class. So what I'll do is probably make an interface. I'll take these gloves off. I got gloves on, and it makes it hard to code. Code with gloves. I'm gonna need cold fingers. That sucks. Interface. There we go. I'm gonna call this like jump modifier. The O1 just means it's normalized, so the value goes from 0 to 1. It's a float. So it shouldn't be less than 0, it should be more than 1. And we just want to basically copy the signature, except change the modify. I don't know. It should be semicolon. Okay. Cool. Now we can have a list of these. I'm audio list. I need to import the thing. Now give it to me. An eye on front of this. I knew this. No, no, no. Maybe I do. Sure. Do it. Won't it fill it for me? Come on. There you go. The brackets in the wrong place, that's why. What's going on? I need to give it a name. Stream coding. There we go. Okay, so instead of this, you can have a function that's like run all the modifiers. Nine modifiers. Which will just be 1 for now, but it means it can be extended really easily. No, well, maybe we do just pass this on. This should be a float then. Reach I. What's this thing called? Jump O1 modifier. And the list that we just made. There we go. Modify, don't modify. It does mean it matters what order the stuff is in the list, but if something does like a multiplication instead of like adding or whatever, this will get weird. This one's void. Void. It'll work now, I guess. So this should be its own class. Get that error later. Paste this in, and we want this. I forgot weird. There we go. This is now a modify function. Cool. I just need to grab these. So min jump and small jump. Very small. Cool. Why is that an error? Why is this suddenly missing? That makes sense. This was here before, wasn't it? Oh, I see. We're not in the namespace. There we go. Okay, we want this list to be public or to have it in a constructor. Modifiers. Maybe an error because this isn't. Cool. So now let's do this. Do apply modifiers. It's a little bit weird how I'm doing this with passing the variable each time, but whatever, that's what I'm rolling with. This other window, I actually got the unit tests. So now these are all broken because I just changed how this works. Which makes sense. Like this is now in the wrong test file. Let's testing something else. So we need to make a list of this interface somewhere and just pass it in. Just make a reference or something. System, please. Great. Actually, I shouldn't do it here. Modifiers equals new. And we can just pass that. This false receiver thing is just to get rid of rigid bodies out of the script. So go to literally, it's anything that you can add force or torque to, which can be a rigid body if it wants to be. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't make sense anymore because it needs to be in a different file or a different class or something. Which class this is? Accuracy. Just grab this. This will be wrong anyway. I just want to check that without this it works. Run. Compile here. Disable. Compile. There we go. Another one. Argument given. Ah, the actual code. This is in the process of being refactored as part of it. This was the script that this jumper thing was in before, so I'm gonna just make a mess here. Have that already. Why is it not autofill? How did you just do? Now autofill that? Okay, thank you. What we call this thing? Increase small jump accuracy. It's not technically a new line, so get rid of the colon. Okay. Recompile? No? Come on. There we go. This is taking a while. Shaking the window, maybe it does it quicker. Run all. Code coverage is automatic, is it? Code coverage. No. Why did it show up in the loading? I don't get this. It doesn't generate the report, but the results are saved. Let's see your script. Yeah, here. I want to go here. Results were saved in. Why does it do this every time? It's just one file. I don't know why these open in Engineer Explorer. It's kind of hilarious, but no, Microsoft, please. This is getting real sidetracked here. But seeing what this actually does, which isn't making a lot of sense to me because it's not really written readably. It's the code generator report stuff, which I could show off. That's getting sidetracked. I'm gonna stop getting sidetracked. We're doing these tests. That test I got rid of has disappeared, which is good. So we want to add that back, kind of, down here. In its own, like, thing. We need a jumper, which makes sense. Wait, no we don't. We don't need a jumper at all. This is the entire point of this. We need a small jump accuracy. Modifier. Set up state culture. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like you should pass values in here. It shouldn't be stored like directly there. You know? Where's my new class? Very small jump accuracy. Where's this? Okay. Generate constructor. Generate constructor. Duh. Cool. So that other bit where this gets used is broken. It used to have these values. 1.5 and 0.3. Oh, 0.15. 3. Yeah. Was it 3 or was it 03? Back. Take me back. Why are you backing in the other file? 0.3. Okay. That's correct. What's going on over here? Okay, so now we can give this whatever the hell we want. Min jump 01. Like, let's say 0.1. And this is going to be 0.5. Just don't actually need zeros on them. So what this kind of does is if you try and make a jump that is less powerful than this threshold here, it'll set it to this minimum. So it's good for like tapping. If you want to make a tiny jump, but you're not good at like tapping. See this value is kind of extreme. This means if the bar is like half full or less, it's just going to go to this value here, no matter what like percentage filled the actual jump was. So that's how that works. That's what we need to like be testing. So this is small jump option we're going to do, which we know is the minimum's 0.5, so we can set this anything less than that, so like 0.4. And that's a result. So this is modify, not modify, probably. Modify the small jump, yep. Now set that is equal to 0.1, basically. Now, assuming that this test even compiles, it should work. Something doesn't compile. We saved all. You're telling me this is an error? It's not an error. Come on. Get out of here. Compile yourself. Sometimes it does this. It's like, no, there's an error. And you look at it and you're like, no, I fixed that. And it's like, oh, yeah, you did. That's right. Okay, there it is. I'll run all. And it passes. Cool. Um, so now what I want to do is think, how do we break this thing? How do we completely demolish this? Where is it? In here. This class, which I'm going to pull out now. Move to type. That's kind of the point of the test, right? You want to test that it doesn't break before it does actually break. How's this got 8 references? Already? I made it like, what, 5 minutes ago? I feel like. It's got 8 references. Okay. Visual Studio, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? Did I not move this to a new file? Undo. I moved this to a new file. Why is this in here? Excuse me? Trying to tell me float isn't a thing to do this? Okay. We can, yeah, because we moved that when I undid it. So that can get out of here. And then this can be moved to a new file, please. There we go. I didn't minimize everything with my second monitor when I grab that window. Why am I now down at the bottom of the... It's just glitching out. It's just like seizing up. I didn't minimize that, by the way, I just did it itself. Okay. You good? Are you okay? Maybe I need to like close some of these things I'm using. And close stuff that was open. Yeah, there we go. Where is the bit where we make modifiers? Because I want to go back to that class. It's the bit where we make this. There it is. Take me to here. Cool. So what makes this break? If I give it a threshold that's wrong, it should break. It should say no, like at this constructor, right? Which I think I have enough statement for that. I can just copy paste. Here. I need to pin stuff, so I'm not like jumping around. Right here. Thank you. Pin that. Pin it. Pin that. Pin the jumper. Yeah. So actually, let's make the test fail first. Void incorrect. Oh. Both of these need to be normalized. So Struct values out of our range for its exception. Cool. Actually, we don't need to assign this. We just need to do set rows arguments out of range. And then you gotta do this funky stuff. It's to work. This took me a while to work out the syntax and why it's the syntax. I'm tempted to make test cases for this. Val1, val2. Single space on the screen. Test case. I have some sensible value and then something stupid like. And this should fail because I haven't implemented it. Unity. Right here. Come here. Compiling in the background. Hello? There we go. Oh no. Give me a red X. Oh, it's a red cross. Circle cross, in fact. Cool. So now we can implement this. Slide the window over. Paste this if statement here. Which may be a bad idea. Maybe I should have like a class that like checks if some value is normal. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's actually for now dump it in here because this is getting cleaned anyway. Should I dump it in here because all the references are going to change? How often am I going to use that if statement? If value is not a normal value. It'll be a fair bit. If we're doing things properly, obviously, and working with normals. Let's see. Util. Physics and its camera. It's not a camera thing, and it's not a physics thing. Oh, this is in the tests. Util. Here we go. This is kind of a miscellaneous folder. It's not incredibly well organized. There's already a normalized thing here. Okay. Let's make something normalized, given that it starts at 0. Which was a problem I ran into, is things that don't start at 0, they want to be normalized. So you have to do it manually. Blip. Static. Not returning anything. Row. Let's see. Shown if not normally one. And we're going to take in a float. Value. Cool. Why is you a problem? Method must have a return. Void. Okay. Go back to the jumper. And this if statement is tested, so using util stop What namespace is this in? Is this in a namespace? It's just in util. Okay, let's rename this to utils. Which is kind of a bad spot anyway. It should be in some other sub thing, really. So this is using it already. Utils. Now we do minimize dot throw exception if not normal. Jump to 1. Go 1. Give that and put that here. And jump and small jump threshold. Gathering suggestions. Geez, that was hard to come up with all 4 of those. Okay, disable, compile, man, I never started my timer. I just noticed. When did I sell this? Like 20 minutes ago? 30 minutes ago? I don't know. 8:40. 8:35. Okay. Run all. So this one passed. This one didn't. Double cannot be converted to what? Excuse me? I think I know what this is, but where's the file? Nope. Nope. Where's the test file? Oh, it's on the other tab. It's over here. Okay, this is probably because these values here are doubles and not floats. And this test case thing doesn't seem to check at compile time if your variables match up with what your like method actually accepts. Run all. Hey, ticks. So we should make more test case because we're only testing that variable, and I'm going to test this one at 0.1, that's fine. Actually, what happens if you give a value that this is less than this one? That doesn't make sense. It shouldn't do that. It's like super complex what this does. I might pull this out into a new thing. It also feels like it move to file and then move view to file as well. Because now I have to go find it to actually get to it. Unless I just use Unity. test. Actually wasn't done with that test, so yeah, it makes sense that it doesn't work. Open source code. Are we in the test? No. This is not the source code. Open source code. Excuse me? Okay, why is this file called small jump accuracy? But this has the jumper tests in it. Just open over here. Can I like move this into this group? Fine, whatever. Just go one window. Why is this called class 1? Class 1.cs. Can I rename that, please? Jumper tests. Make sure your jumper keeps you warm. Which I am not right now. Cold fingers. As I said, took the gloves off. Start coding. Cold fingers. Okay. There it is. What was I doing? Fixing this. Not fixing, but technically breaking. Breaking so that works. Yes. Correct. Let's put in like 20. Come on. Sure. It'll be fancy. So wait for those are tested. Let's make it a negative. Screw it. Let's go even fancier. And then it's tested in both directions. Negative. I don't want to put millions of test cases in. Because it's like super pedantic. Okay. Is there any other way this can be broken? These are the only like inputs, right? If you give this a bad input, again, it should do the same thing. So, before I put that in, let's do this properly and write the test first. I should have this on clipboard, that'd be nice. Because I'm typing that in every time, it takes ages. Not. Actually, these use the same naming. Input not of one range room exception. And pretty much copy this, but change the function that it calls. Which would be modify dot modify value value. Give me a test case, please. So 0 point, well, can't be a 0 point something. It has to be like negative 0.1 f. And then 1.1, that'll do. This is repeat code, kind of. If I had to do this 3 times, maybe I'd refactor that, but it's that rule of 3 rule. That first time, cool, it's not repeating. The second time you kind of grimace at it, and then the third time you refactor it. Okay, so this should fail. Why have I got errors here? No one passes in, this one fails. Okay, cool. Input. Let's go back and put that in. Now it should pass. I think that's pretty much done with this modifier thing. Let's make this, do a quick read of this, make sure it's like, okay. Apply modifiers, which I don't think is being tested. How would I test this? Jump tests. What have we got already? We got jump adds some force, jump adds some torque, jump throws exception. Modifiers do modifiers get added. Gets get applied. Yeah, that's better. Now, can I make a class in here? Class modifier. Again, I jump over one modifier. Cool. I don't think I should make this class here. I should make it so it can be added to these modifiers, right? Maybe I just make a new jumper. That's probably easier. Okay, it doesn't look like I can actually have classes inside a method. Doesn't like it. Classes inside a class though. So this is going to be a terrible modifier that takes in some value and then like times it by a ridiculous number and then just spits it back out. Maybe we just set. We're just going to ignore it and then return 1F. So, actually, let's go this. What is this called? What is the variable name of this? This is the hard stuff. Name it. I want to be able to have some thing that I can set and change this whenever I want. bad modifier. Return bad modifier. Not log value. Okay. I'm going to default this to 0. Or actually, no, this doesn't work. What if this needs to be a boolean? Effective, return 1. Let's return jump over 1. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to take this up here. And I want to add this to this list. New mock modifier. So I want to do a new here because I want to access it. Mock modifier. Okay. I always have to resist the urge to put an inline here. Inline's here. Now this test, we can say mock modifier dot active is it's using the same setup, but this dumb modifier doesn't screw up anything else. And then we want to go jump here, jump. 2.1 if what is the force going to be? Jumper, take me to you. Take me. On myself. Jumper. This is basically going to be this. I want to be able to change this so that this is like the default. Can I do this here? Yeah, okay. Force X. This needs to be a float. Force X equals 500. $600 equals 600. Okay. I don't like having big long lines, so I just start indenting the method. So this shouldn't be made here. Jump force. No. Jump force. Force X. No. Now that means is I can actually test all the forces. It's basically if it comes down here and gets times by whatever your input is. That got modified. So we can make it something that's easier to test. jump. Where's my test class? There it is. We can also do another test here. I'm just going to put a comment. Test force multiplier, whatever. Just to remind me. Where's the jumper made? Jumper was new. Okay. We're gonna give it not values that big. It's gonna be like 2, I don't know, 4. It's being like easy. So this dumb modifier, where is it? Up here, it just returns 1. Right. Actually, let's, instead of commenting, just rename this modifier that returns 1. Prefer names over comments. It's a good rule. So the jump force will be 1, which means that we can assert that I've got a dummy force receiver here. Force receiver dot. And there it is. Yeah, this thing will, instead of sending it to some rigid body, it will just kind of remember what it got so that we can see what it was. That should be equal to 0.1 times, let's make these actual constants. Can I do that? Refactor. Constant. Introduce. Apply. Constant. Introduce. Apply. Thank you. Force. Dot force dot x. Okay. I should have made that test fail somehow. It'll fail if modifiers don't get applied, obviously, that's what it's testing. So we should check that after this. Run all. Oh, it already failed. Expected true, but it was false. Let's write this bit. Assert equals. What is this snippet? That's annoying. I don't want that. So this is expected and then actual, or which way around is this? A and B. It dot equals. R equal. There it is. The expected is 4.6. And then the next one's this. No, this is 4.6 times that. No, it should be 1. That's why it failed. But I'm going to keep doing this anyway. Because this will actually tell you, let's see if it's just true or false, they actually spit out both the values. here where it says it was wrong because it was true, but it was expected to be false or something. It was false, but it should have been true. If I do it now, first of all, it should pass, actually, yeah. But if it didn't pass, it would say what both of those values are. Now to get this to fail, the jumper, and here's the apply modifiers. If you just don't do that, it should fail. Run and fail. Yes, there we go. They expected 2, but was a 0.2 thing because it didn't get that modifier. Great. What's this comment I've got? No, that's the wrong test. Don't want that test. On this test. Test force multiplier. What the hell does that mean? Test the bit here. That's basically what it is. That the force is multiplied by, your input. Just try and clean up some of this. Okay, that's a bit nicer to look at. So, test public void, give me that, please. P. Input is multiplying. Input is multiplied by force, yeah, makes sense. Nice. Let me put this comment. Let's go. I want this to be active. Jump. Like 0.5. Sure. F. Set variable. So we want 0.5 F times 4.6. Can I do this with vector 2s? I don't know. Let's see the dot force, because this is a vector 2. How does this work? Will it show me? Holy crap. I don't think this has implementation. This just has all the stuff you can call. This is the entire like assert class. Okay, that's why there's so much crap in here. Take me out. Get me out. There we go. That's really all we need to do. Is that it got multiplied, and then that was the result. Did that get saved? Yep. See, I don't like all these debug logs. They happen every time you run the test. Like, these results were saved into this same file every time. Actually, can I just get rid of this? If diversity level is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to level.info. And you can dive right into this and how this code coverage thing works. It actually shows you everything. Because it's a package, so it's like actually in the project. But I can just like comment that out, right? Like it. Yeah, it's just a log, but it's putting it into the. Wait, hold on. You got rid of my comment? Excuse me? Can I not comment this out? Can you not edit these? Because I don't even know that these are saved every single time. Like, you're not logging it anywhere, you're just dumping it in my console. Okay, now if you run all. That failed. I kind of expected that to pass. Expected 1, but was 1 and 2? What? Expected 1 was like a tuple. Did I not? Oh. Just return the tuple. My double thing, is that what it's called? Tuple sounds like it should be 3, because it starts with a T for some reason. And so does 2. I don't know. Thruple. Is that what? Is thruple 3 and tuples 2? Why isn't it like a biple? Because bi is 2. Nowhere else do you use chew to mean 2. Doesn't make any sense. But we can do this now. 0.5 times force x force y. Is that valid? Do you know how to do that? Int. Why are these ints? Float. Okay. Let's just do this long form then. So that the actual force is the same as what we expect. Ground. No, still wrong. Expected 1, 2, but was 1.0, 2.0. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, fucking what? Please? Hello? These are floats. I'm looking for like, what does it return? I guess this means I can just use the vector 2 here. With that. And we can actually take this out, I think. Cool. It's a bit easier to read anyway. If you shake it, it loads faster. This time. Yeah, there we go. Now I want to make this fail because of implementation. Jumper. Jump force. So if we just return vector 2 dot 0. Yep. Now the test should fail. It's like really thorough. Failing test? Oh, multiple failing tests. Multipliers can get applied. That's kind of a bad indication. Because this is multipliers get applied and the force get applied. If I wanted to be really pedantic about this, like realistically, this will never have an effect. Maybe it will someday. So this test will fail anytime this test fails, but not the other way around. Because this test does this multiplication to check that that happened. So now around that, we apply modifiers, and then we get jump force. So this needs to be like somehow separate and testable from this. I mean, like a value that's like store the value of the jump that was modified. You know, get that. Something like this. Then here, modified jumping one is this now, and then we get jump force on the modified. Okay, so go back to the test. Modifiers get applied. We don't care that this anything about the force. We care that this is 1, and we want jump here dot modified jump again. Right? Logically, if there's only one reason why something is failing, there should only be one failing test, right? And that just makes sense. There's 2, then you don't actually know what the reason is. Jump adds force has failed. Because why? Jump adds force. Well, some force was added to that. There was some force added. Which makes sense, I think, because we're timesing by 0. Let's go like 2.1. Is this a thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. Because that is technically correct, right? There was no force added. Because this was multiplied to 0. I could change that implementation of the test, actually. I just had an idea. Okay. That's worked, but I'm going to make it fail again. Because... where's the test? Jumper tests. This mock, I'm going to make it remember if any force was ever added. I think. So we need another line. Add force was full false. Cool. So now instead of testing, assert that force receiver dot add force was called. It's interesting how this has turned out. Like, trying to make tests just fail for one reason. This is new to me. The whole unit testing thing is pretty new to me still. I'm still getting used to it. Just trying to increase coverage. Which is at like 9% right now or something. Cool. So that's what I would expect. If I undid that, let's just make sure it's... should have done it before. Yeah, that actually fails still. Does it fail? Cool, it does. So now I can go back. Oops, redo. Which means we don't need this boolean. Okay. Compile. Hello. There it is. Cool. That works. And then we're going to go back and fix this. Return. And this should all work. I think that's pretty much all I should test in this class. I might show off the code coverage thing. This is pretty cool. Let's run the test. Run all. And then do generate. So this is the bit that actually takes time. Remember, if you grab the loading bar and shake it around, it goes quicker. See? Index.html. It just makes like a local website. and it will tell you what's being tested, which is not a lot. See my graph actually dropped because I deleted some code. So not only that, this line coverage here up until this drop was like including the tests itself. So it meant like a higher proportion, because like of course the tests get run by the tests. I need to check that. Ooh, these numbers are working now. These weren't working before. Now they are. I got a crap score. I don't actually know what that means. It's like the ability for it to change, right? I looked at this link earlier and kind of skimmed it. I think she liked this blog. This code is crap. Crap is short for change risk anti-patterns. Mildly offensive acronym. To protect you from deeply offensive code, okay? Like all crap. It's not really telling me. It's like bad code test number. I don't know. Is a high number good or is a low number good? How do you know? You can sort this by like covered lines. So that this whole pursuits thing I've done pretty well. I've tested nearly everything except, this file has like 70%. So you can go in and you actually see what's not being tested. And it's just exception testing that's not being tested. But can I even get to that? Yeah, I think the thing with this class is it's not being tested directly because it was extracted. So the class that manages this class is being tested. And all these get run through that. But this actually doesn't get tested. So I don't know if that's the correct way of doing it, but the 70% thing tells me that it's not, because there's no way, unless I make a test specifically for this, to call this stuff if the other class is running correctly. Because it's like, if you gave it a wrong number, which it doesn't, because it works, then this would run. Obviously, if this ever ran, then any test from that other class would fail. Unless it was checking for that, I guess. Yeah, you can see a lot of 0%. A lot of stuff to do. A lot of work on this. This is going to be like a long-term thing if I ever want to increase this number. It's now 11%, which is good. Let me see, what was it before? 10.5. So it went up by like 1%. Which isn't, well, it's not too bad. Anyway, I am cleaning in the process of cleaning this jump controller. That's kind of my overarching thing right now. This jump class was stuck right in the middle of this jump controller before. It was a function. It was an entire function just in here. Because this is doing a lot of stuff. This is kind of an old script as well. Okay. How about these system.collections things floating around? Before I do anything, actually, let's commit. Make sure we have no commitment issues. Test scripts, yep. Util got that change, okay. Jumper test. I kind of thought I was done here, but then I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, actually, no, I could test this way better by doing that extraction with that interface. That fixed up all the problems with the testing. is this? New version. Okay. Go away. Like little things telling me to look at them. We've got dependencies here. Does this need to be a mono behavior right now? It does, because we're doing stuff in update. But like, oh man, there's so much stuff. There's so many things that, there's a lot of things that don't do a lot. Right? Like this, these sounds, right? That's where that is. Animations. That's a little bit spread out everywhere. It's this power bar thing. That's here. You know, it's just stuff that's everywhere. So this is really setup code. Maybe I should extract that out first. I don't know. I don't know. Something is just a pile. Airtime. That's good. That's been extracted. That's extracted. That's what I just pulled out. This doesn't have a lot in it actually. This just has like if you're touching something, then you're grounded. Which is potentially broken on some mobile phones. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe this doesn't work. Even though it's like 3 lines of code. Grounded is, yeah. There's a bug in some phones where if you leave the game halfway through, like you minimize it and then come back, you can't jump. But you can increase the jump power bar and the animation still works. So like it gets to here effectively. Not here. Here? No. Where's 18 jump? Where's this called? Grounded. No, this doesn't get called. No, because that's the bug. Right? Where is it? No, this does get called because the power bar works, right? Does it not? I don't actually know because this bug hasn't happened on my phone. It's happened on other people's phones, and then they haven't described it particularly well. So if the power bar fills, but then doesn't unfill, then it could be that this just doesn't get called. Because when this gets called, there's a bit somewhere at some point there has to be. Jumper.jump. Oh, that's right, because I pulled it out. Jumper.jump. This doesn't do anything with power bar. Where's the bit where it gets set to 0? Is that in the input? It must be. Hang on. Jump input. See, jump charge. Yeah, because it's right there. Because you released it. Okay, so no, that shouldn't be happening. I think this animation plays. I'm not sure if the sound plays. But essentially this doesn't get called, right? Which is this grounded thing, which is if it's the grounded notation, it just routes to this if we're touching anything. Which I can't see this being broken. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm really dumb. Touching a 0 on collision, touch plus, on exit, touch minus. Can this break in some way if the user like tabs out? What happens if you tab out on PC? I haven't actually tried. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know where to start with the script, honestly. Audio. Jump sounds and land sounds. I think these need to be hit. I think there's a way to meaningfully extract this. Just wherever you land, you get the land sounds. Does it make sense to have like a jump lander class? Jump lander, dot landed. Do the landed stuff. Maybe. It'd be really small, but maybe I should. I don't know. Where's the other sound played? Jump sounds. On a team jump. Like extract each one of these. There'll be a team jumper. A can jump chicken. That could be an issue. Although I'm probably going to rework this animation system anyway, and not use animations. So I'm not going to worry about that. I was just thinking this jump 01 charge. Jump charge 01. When you pass it into jump, we just saw like it gets modified potentially, which means it could be out of sync with this animation. The actual jump could be different from the animation because this thing gets changed. But yeah, if I'm gonna not use animations like long term, I think I'm making like a squishy system where the actual frog gets like squished by code. Should be pretty cool. I'm not at that stage yet. So much stuff. This is really weird. It's just checking if this got either changed to true, and then that's the landing frame. Rounded. Where does this get set? So this bit here. I feel like it should be done there. Unless it's set anywhere else. For references. Find all. Because it's telling me if it's read or write. Read, write. Which is this. Because this is unreadable. I mean, it is readable, I know it does, but it's not nice to read. Grounded. Equals grounded detection is grounded. And grounded equals false. Do I need to do this now? What's the cheating afterwards? No, I need to do this again. Grounded detection. No, if grounded is false. Grounded is false. Then I need to check if it's going to get changed to true. If it gets changed to true, then that means you're blinded, logically. How about all old last frame rounded? Rounded last frame equals rounded. Grounded last frame is false. And rounded true. Then do this landing frame thing. Place, no, introduce local. If is when, if just landed. Yeah. This needs to be here now. So remember what it was, update it, see if what it was false, and now it's true. If that's correct, then this was the landing frame. Yeah, that makes more sense to me than this weird get set thing. So I'm just gonna get rid of ground equals false, get rid of this, rename it to a lowercase ground gig, grounded. Thank you. Now let's see if everything broke. There's no test for this. I don't think I can really write tests for this before I refactor it without having to like constantly redo the tests. I'm gonna open a nut bar. Got a couple of nut bars here. I'll rip one open. Oh, am I on mobile? I am. Yeah. I need to swap. Otherwise, it won't let me use the keyboard. Alright, this might take a while. So yeah, take a quick break while it's doing that. I washed my hands and it's cold. Okay. Cold water. Now, there should be a landing frame of animation. Or landing animation. There is. Okay. That's working. It is false. So we're in the air. Then we get air time. Okay. I'm just trying to see if I can merge these if statements in a way that's nice to read. No, because this if grounded is true, and grounded last frame is false. So that can't be merged. This is like an else. I feel like that's harder to read, having like a nested if statement. I like taking this out. So that's this. Doesn't work. I mean, I know why. Because we just evaluate that here. Yeah. Can't pull it out like that. It would be nice, but can't do it. Yeah. Animations. Let's see, 106 squish. Animations everywhere. Just landing, team jump. Actually, this is the mindset of like also possibly removing the animations at some point. Not this update. Jump animations is already a thing. This is actually talking to the animator. It'll actually be an animations, not update. Don't yell at me because it doesn't exist, but it will exist now. We can just paste this in. Look. I don't need this. This bit. Zip grounded and squish. Now these have only one reference, which is this script. So like if I comment this out, that's that reference gone. So these don't need to be folded. These are all one-liners as well. I don't feel like doing this. I don't know, that's harder to read. Let's reorganize a little bit. Crap, this is a mono behavior. That's not gonna work. This is using serialized field. Save values. If it doesn't change this, okay. Yeah. Get out of here because this isn't the thing I'm working on right now. It's very easy to get sidetracked if you don't like pull yourself back to the script you're actually doing. If there's things in there I do want to change. But not while I'm working on this. We're doing input here. In this. You're wrong script. Go back. Still the wrong script. You're backing out. Here it is. Okay. Animations of save values. Cool. How about value? This is straight up just the. This is straight up the UI. Okay. I feel like that should be pulled out. Yeah, because if I add fancy stuff to it, I don't want to add it here. Should this be a mono behavior? I don't know. Probably not. I like having one mono behavior where you drag everything in, and then all your scripts can just pull from that, rather than having it spread out everywhere. Because then you're like, oh, where do I drag this thing into? So on that basis, probably no. Jump power bar. Cool. Now, that means this has to be a serialized field in here still, so that we can actually get the slider. Slider power bar, and then there should be min and max values here. Cool. I'll copy that. Load min value. Those. And then I want to construct it with this. Give me constructor. Cool. And then what are we doing? How about a value equals jump charge? boy. I want to clamp this. Clamp I want. Value. And void. And we also need to pull out setup from here. Cool. And then we need to make it. So jump power bar. Jump power bar. Now we can set it up. We set up the same other stuff. The same other stuff. English, good. Power bar, continue. Jump power bar. Power bar. Hell yeah. Power bar. Oh, this is going to break the serialized field if I rename it. Can I add previously serialized ads? Previously. Previously. No. Unity. Dot. What? In engine. Engine. Dot. No. I'm sure that's an attribute. Previously serialized as. Formerly serialized as. Okay, what's it under? Damn, why is it called that? Who uses formerly? There was formerly milk in the fridge. The last I checked. No one says that. No, there was previously milk in the fridge. I don't even say there was milk in the fridge. Okay. Any internet serialization. Any internet format. So unity engine to formerly. No, you have to actually go this deep. Serialization. Formerly serialized as. String all name. It would have been easier just to re-drag this in. Rename. What was I renaming this to? How about UI slider? Okay. Now we can do how about set value this. What do I call it? Capital S. Dot set value. Maybe it should just be set. Set to that. Yeah, set value. Okay. kind of want to pull this out. Extract method. Check landing. Check for landing. It was false. Add airtime. We're not always adding airtime, so that's kind of misleading. I don't know. If in air, add airtime. If not rounded, add airtime. Sure. See how I'm like naming functions rather than commenting? Because I could have just written comments. It's actually harder to read. Because you have to read the comment and then like look at the lines, but thus you can just read the actual lines of code. Sorry, I'm eating the next nut bar. I kind of don't like this. That was the last frame, yeah. Could pull this out. Grounded last frame. But then I still need to set it. It's a bit nicer to read, but sorry if the crinkling's like super loud. I feel like that was really loud when I put it down. I put it down really far away, but it's still, I could see on the like audio levels, it peaked. Like, check rounded. Yeah, let's do that. Extract method, check rounded. That's nicer. That's much nicer. Check rounded. Check if landed. Maybe that should be called here. Is that better? If this is here. Because it's part of checking for grounded. If you're now grounded, then we should do the landing thing. That makes sense. Check grounded. If not grounded, add airtime. This could return a bool. This could just return grounded. Right? Like return grounded. Private bool, return grounded. Cool. If do this. If we're grounded. If not, if check grounded is false. There we go. Now I can take this out and rename it to just add airtime. So check grounded is false, add airtime. And then we set the values based on that. Okay. What was this function before? Should we have a look? Should we see what it was a minute ago? Good lord. I want to see it without the additions, but oh well. Let's actually just run it, see if it's okay. Okay. Seems to work. Seems to be functional. Okay, there's this stuff that gets called from other places. This is everything that we just pulled out of there. I might just like do this. That's where I'm up to in terms of what's being refactored a bit. Frog not alive equals that. If the frog's dead, then we can't jump. That makes sense. Oh, sometimes nearly finished. I'll try to stop wrapping it. So this is not just a temp jump, this is also a temp jump and do jump. Right? This is a tempt, and this is actually do. Do jump. So now we can change this to make more sense, actually. Frog, alive. So the state context is alive. Don't return. Actually do the jump. That's a bit better. I think I can pull this out. Yep. Nice little function. Temp jump at frog alive, do the jump. Where's the grounded detection coming in this? Ah, here we go. This is different. Because even if you're in the air, that you can still try to like move in such a way that would jump if you were on the ground. I know I'm having a mint. This is a little bit misleading because this doesn't necessarily actually do jump. This is still attempting now that I think about it. Attempt jump. Even if you're attempting the jump, you're going to play the animation and you're going to do the sound. So it's more like if grounded. If frog alive. Do this stuff, right? I'm bringing this back. Because this might actually be better. Frog alive is false return. If grounded. You jump. And then this would be here in between. This means this is a really tiny function. This makes it slightly easier to read though. Like if grounded do jump, it's easier than if grounded jump but don't jump charge or one. This could be request jump. It's like requesting to jump, please. And this is character jump animation. I don't know. I feel like that was better. Attempt jump. Although I need to rename it again probably. What is this bit called? So I'm struggling with. This is like character physically moves to perform jump, even if they're in the middle of the air. Character jump effects. I guess. So I can move my little indicator. That's pretty much it. The rest of this would just be saying if I could pull functions out into other classes. 130 lines, that's kind of too long. I want to make it short. I want to make a little 100 lines too long. 100 lines is like the maximum that I want to go for. Problem with that is if you have to like implement one of the interfaces for like collections, it requires you to implement like 20 different functions. Okay. Landing frame effects maybe. No, I guess we're also thinking it times 0. So that would be a new thing if I wanted to be really pedantic about it. If I wanted to get all Uncle Bob style, you'd definitely extract this. I don't know, I feel like that's too far. Just leaving like one line left in there. Okay, let's go test it. Hopefully nothing should change logically, it should be the exact same behavior. But you never know. What would be great is if all this cleaning fixes that bug that I don't know what's causing it. The mobile doesn't jump when you tab back in, that bug. Oh, there's a bit of lag. Okay. I was actually watching for landing frames. Let's see. Yep, that works. None of these should be affected, but I'll just run them anyway. Alright. Hour left. Jump power. Oh, I need to pull this out. It's not actually 100 lines. Huh. There's 33 lines I can pull out here. 33. I said, not 33. And it's actually less than that because it's these using statements, but not the namespace. Just this. Just this class, please. Yeet it. Please not use. Min value, max value. Alright, because we just set it. That makes sense. Move to jump powerbar.cs, please. Cool. Where'd you put RB? I think that just gets passed in. It's good. This should just turn into like a class that just has like these and calls some setups. And maybe calls an update function. Update method even will be technically correct. Okay, how many we got now? 116. I thought that would be less after I pull that out, but no. Wrong. Shouldn't this get removed? Once Unity looks at it. I thought that was something it did. Power bar UI slide. Wrong. Not that canvas. This one. This is it. Jump. Power bar UI slide. Cool, it is renamed. So I can get rid of this. That's in the wrong spot. That should be there. And this is actually just a dependency. So yeah, cut line sounds and jump sounds. Line sound is down there. Jump sound is up there. I should, to be correct, like extract these. Jump audio. These are not going to be serialized. It's just going to be this line. Get random audio source dot play. Okay. Void play random. Audio clip. Yep. That should work. Yep. Public play. Excuse me. Jump. Actually, let's just do this. Void. And should be play jump. Jump audio dot play jump. Jump audio dot. Yeah, it's probably the best one. Land sounds. Cool. I need a constructor with these. Give me. Thank you. Yeah, get out of my file. Get out of here. Your eye holes. It's also just a dependency, honestly. These are all technically dependencies. So, frog, what you got? What's? I can't really categorize them. It's like physics, script, and then yeah. I don't know. That's a bit of a mess. Jump audio. Around. And sounds, jump sounds, cool. What's wrong with that? Because yeah, right. Unity needs to update their C# version. Now we can do the grand amazing change of changing this to jump audio. Play jump. So capital J and a capital J. Play land. Cool. See if it works. Oh, warnings. This whole module I just kind of need to delete temporarily. Oh, where's it not set to reference of object? Jump. Is it the sounds? No, it's not the sounds. Interesting. What is it? Take me to the problem. Frog senses jump power bar. Excuse me? There. How about you isolate it? How about you isolate it? How was that an error? Was it not saved? There's no compile happening. Errors. What's going on? This is not set to a reference of an object. Desktop power bar equals power bar. You can't give me a null. If power bar equals null, row argument null exception. Do you want the, yeah, you want the param name? Holding on. How many songs are there that are called Hold On or Holding On? Probably a metric factor. Lots of songs. Why am I not being pulled to it? Value cannot be null. There we go. Right. New jump value isolator, which is this serialized field, which is that. Is the frog saved? Frog is auto saved. What? This is this power value isolator, which gets put in here, which is apparently null. How is that null? How are you null? How? Explain, please. Explain to me. Tell me your secrets. Yep, I know that's the problem. Now you're opening it. Frog. The actual frog, please. The real frog. The best frog. This frog. Frog. Components. Mechanics. Jump. None. Fucking what, mate? Why are you none? You're right here. World space canvas. Power bar. This is the bar. Like, that would work if I did that. What does this player have? Mechanics, jump. None. Dog. Is there a player for you? No, it's a player animation. Jump. Now it says none. Excuse me? So weird. Bizarre. Okay. I wasn't clicked onto Unity, so it wasn't doing anything. Air's gone. Clouds are jamming. That's great. It's a high jump. Seems like we're doing good. Sounds are working. That's what I just changed. I need to get rid of that debug. That's what I keep looking at over and over again. Goodbye. Thank you. I didn't mean to do that for like 3 days. Okay. Jump controller. What can I pull out? I need to pull out like setup. So like this. I've got my own sort of setup system. Because Unity gives you a start and it gives you a wig. But it turns out sometimes that's not enough. So I got my own kind of setup thing that's weird. Okay. To get it to work, it does weird stuff. But then once it's done that weird stuff, you don't have to worry about Unity's weird stuff anymore because it's done it for you. Where is it? In characters, generic. No, not in there. Maybe it isn't there. Constructs. There we go. Frogs. Instances setup. There we go. Frog setup. This has like some module system, so you can basically add to this list. It'll call you setup some conditions, which I don't actually need these. Because that's irrelevant to jumping. Although, is it? Is it? No, it is. Jump controller. Because this doesn't care what the screen resolution is or what the platform is, it just does jumps. Maybe I don't hook into that. We just do it normally. I don't know, would that make it more of a mess or less? Would it be good or bad? Update. Private, public. Public. Private. I'm tempted to take these publics up. I don't know, it's still 100 lines. I want to get it down, but in a way that makes sense. It's called jump controller right now. It should be like jump mechanics. Yeah, everything's here is very intertwined. So I don't know if I can actually pull stuff out. Unless I make like a crap ton of interfaces. Just realign it a little. This is part of grounded detection, right? Maybe I should dump it into here. Like, this knows if it's the landing frame or not. Actually, that would be more efficient, right? Because if this touching number is 0, and then on the next frame it gets higher than that, that means we've landed on something. Although in saying that, it's kind of coupling logic to how this detection actually happens. Maybe this is okay. I don't know. Like, there isn't anything that sticks out at me. It's like, this is in the wrong class. Because everything in here needs something else that's in here. Can I test it? That's a good question. The answer to that is probably no, because how many dependencies it's got. I'll have to like mock everything. Can we make it independent from frogs? Frog is getting a jump key. What are we using this for? What are we using that for? One reference. Jump animations. It's weird. I don't like animations. I don't want to deal with animations. Does this have access to a frog? No. I could give it that and then I could take this out. I don't think I even need the frog anywhere else. Except down here, frog alive. It's more to do with the actual state context than the frog itself. Okay. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Jump key equals this. And then we're gonna serialize field. Frog. Frog. That doesn't need to be public. Jump key. Is there a setup? No. This just needs to be like on start. Equals this. There we go. So sign that before I forget. jump. I'm looking at frog. Open it. There we go. What was this? Jump animations? Yep. This is the field frog. Cool. So now we don't need this, right? Right? Okay, if we put that key down, jump key. There we go. So now a few lines gone. And that's max jump charge. It's used in this normalized thing. I think two references to this. Alright, when you release the input and when you actually hold down the input. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What was I doing? Seeing if I can get rid of frog, right? Because you want to make it dumb as possible, right? If you could stick this on something that's not a frog, even though it's frog jumping mechanics, I guess. But you can tweak the values, and then it wouldn't be frog jumping, it'd be just something else jumping. Frog controllers, let's take context. State is state context on live. So you want a state context. Yeah. State dot state frog state context. Now I want to use it. Can I do that? Fine. Using on start, this state context is equal to frog. So I can pull that to there. This state context dot alive. Does it store a reference to it? Yeah. That's fine. It's live data null. Okay. It's a bit weird. Let's rename this to like just alive. If alive is false, when we're doing. Well, it should actually be dead. If dead is back to this. Dead return. Damn, I'm out of water. I'm gonna fill that up. Go back. Get some water. Oh. How many lines is this now? 116. I feel like I added a line doing that. It made it easy to read. How do I test this? It's not testable. It's kind of like the whole thing needs to be rewritten almost to test it. Check grounded. If it's grounded, detection it is grounded. Okay, here's something I can do. That could be an interface. Right, that seems like prime candidate for an interface where you could swap out what the grounded detection is. That seems like a no-brainer to me. Interface. I grounded detection. And so I'm just gonna bool. Is returning a bool, right? It's grounded. That's pretty much it. So that does make it hard to assign this. So this is why I use that setup stuff. Because there's no way right now this is being assigned in the inspector. And that's kind of the only way it can be assigned is in the inspector, because it's a mono behavior that is attached to somewhere. So you have to assign it in the inspector at some point, or you have to get component, which I don't really like doing. This is why, ideally, this wouldn't be a mono behavior at all. Or there'd be some class with all this stuff somewhere else that gives this class all this stuff. You know what I mean? See, this just makes a jump audio. So we don't actually need these. We just need these to set up jump audio. So stuff like that. It's easily. How do I do this without completely breaking it? I mean, even it's gonna be broken for a little while if I do this. So let's stage what we've got. Jump control. Cleaning. Clean your stuff. Push. So, class jump. No, it should not be called jump controller setup. It should just be called jump setup. Setting up everything sort of jumping. Right? Why do I keep putting parentheses on classes? Okay. Is this a mono behavior? I believe it is. So basically this shouldn't have any idea about the setup. It should just get set up by this class here. And then once it's set up, we can start pulling out interfaces of all of these things so that it's testable. Okay. I always don't like this moment before you start ripping everything apart to reshuffle it. Okay, right. Stuff I don't want. Let's just do that. Frog. I'm gonna have to reassign all these. Anyway. Frog. State context. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Rigid body is just piped into that, which will be part of the setup. This whole start thing, I'm just gonna grab. Let's do that. That and that can come with me. Definitely this, for sure. Oh no. Wrong key combo. No, stop. Stop. Stop it. There you go. Okay. Definitely these. We need to call update. Which is fine. We can take it out and call it somewhere else, but I think that's all. That's all we need to do. Just means I can stop that being a mono behavior. This is never assigned to. It's assigned to up here. Jump animations. This is something that we should sort of pipe in as an interface again as well, so we can test what that does. So is this a mono behavior? It is, isn't it? Take me. Jump animations. Here it is. Mono behavior, it's got a start, it's got an update. That's all it's got. That could be fixed or changed. I'll say fixed. Some people do like using a lot of mono behaviors, but I'm gonna move it there. Okay. I'm gonna look at these. Jumper, jump power bar, jump audio. It's weird. The whole making an interface for everything to get a unit test. It does seem strange. It's like writing everything 3 times almost. But these will change into interface references rather than what they are. These constants. Max jump charge. Okay, that's fine. Jump charge of 1 is 0. That's. Should that be a constant? That doesn't make sense. No, it isn't constant. It's just that it's indented. It's confusing me. Okay. An update, which we need to call at some point. So, look. Look. Thank you. And we need a constructor. Generate constructor. I should change these before I actually make it. Honestly, let's just do everything and then make the constructor last so it can do it for us. So, animations. We need grounded detection. We need rigid body. We don't. Okay, that we don't. Jump power bar. Is that up here somewhere? Is that down here? It's there. Okay. Cool. So I kind of need to make an interface for like all these. I don't know if I can for this one without diving into that system. Let's just do that for now. Everything else is jump related. This isn't jump related, so it's a bit more cautious about changing it. Okay. So jumper has a constructor and a jump function, and that's it. That's good. So we should just be able to extract an interface really easily. Extract interface. Jump float. Modify jump 01. I don't think I want to bring that up. Because that's just for testing. It's kind of annoying, but it's the only way I have found. I jump at CS. Namespace, for instance, it jumps. Cool. Now here's the magic trick. When we go back, we don't have to know anything about what jumper actually does. Take me back, please. There we go. Because now, you can lie in front of this, and all of the problems disappear. And look at this, it still compiles. Wow, amazing. Okay, jump power bar. This has a constructor and then a set value. Okay, so the interface is going to just be set value pretty much. Extract interface. Set value. Okay. Done. Easy. I'm gonna have to do some like file restructuring after I've done all this. Take me back. Same thing. I jump out bar. I Carly. We can't do it from here. You have to actually go to the thing. Jump audio. Instructor. Play random. No, it's play jump and play land. Interface. Play jump and play land. Cool. Okay. Back. Oh, there's an error in Visual Studio. Take me back to. Okay, I'll just use this. Jump control. Bonk. This is a mono baby. But we just need start jump, set values, landed, right? Extract interface, landed, set values, start jump, cool. Oh man, I wish this back button was more intelligent. Grounded detection. Quick actions and refactor. Wait, don't I have an interface rules already? Somewhere? Wasn't I doing that? It's up here. Grounded detection is grounded. Yeah, we'll use that. That makes more sense. Move that over. And implement it here. It's gonna give me an error because I haven't done that. There it is. And it's just gonna return is grounded. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be an error down here because this just needs to be grounded detection dot is grounded parentheses. Other than that, this thing is still compiles. Cool. Okay, so stretch. So this thing just needs constructors now. Max jump charge. This is what? What is that? In seconds? No. Because normalize the charge time. It is in seconds. That's really short. Is it actually? 0.2 seconds? No way. No way, it's 0.2 seconds. Has it been there the whole time? I know things like slow down when you get into intense gaming, but obviously we can't compile because I'm ripping this apart. But max jump charge. Okay, that should be a read only. So these are things that get set up. All of that. I don't know, I don't like that separation. It's all of this. Frog state context as well. This is very distinctly frog. It just needs to know if it's alive. That's it. If this is what is being used. I'm probably gonna have to mess with it. I'm probably gonna have to extract interface. You want to do that, you still have to return these. If I make a interface of this, then the interface still depends on these things. Unless this is a frog state, but it should be a I alive state, and then it would work. Let's think about this for a sec. These are all states, right? So there should be an interface for state. I state. And it's just implements I state. Whatever. Get out of here. This is maybe a mistake. I don't know. This may be very bad. Not very bad, but kind of bad. And then this is a live state. Oh, this shouldn't be in frogs. This should be in characters. Damn it. Characters are instances of death. Ah, man, that's a mess. I'm gonna put them all in the same file. Just make it easier to fix. Hold on. Go there. Put that there. Delete this. Go there. Okay, cool. Dead state. What was the other one? to go back out to it. There it is. Live dead in level. Okay. These will be easier to move if I come back and refactor this. So a live state is a live state. Cool. Get out of here. No, I can't really use the interface here. I can sort of redirect it. Because I still need these to be like concrete unless I actually make these interfaces properly. Right? Do I? Because Frog Alive state just needs to have, well, all of these states actually. They just need to have this update state though, which I can do. Let's pin this. Well, not pin it, but open it. Do by just doing this. Right, so now they all have that. Okay. Can I just do this? It's successful. That's fine. Is it good now? State equals alive. Alive.ghost will activate. Okay, I might have to cheese it a bit. Alive.ghost. Why are you activating it? Ghost. Right. I see. I think this will work. Just what was the new statement? Let's just copy that. Focus. Does that not work? Oh. Why does this not work? Because state needs to be an I state. State equals. This should all be working without breaking anything else because of interfaces. And now I can just change these. I level state. Okay, cool. So even though this is a mono behavior, it's got a frog in it, we should now be able to extract out fixed name violation. Sure. So it's making that a couple of years, I think. Yeah. And we should be able to extract interface on this to just state context. And we got change state and the actual state it is. I don't want these. These need to be properties. Okay, private C. Afterwards. Yep. Okay. Make these capitals, I guess. Stop. Rename. Rename. Apply. Now can we extract it? Extract interface. Got alive, change state, dead, endable, state, cool. This is not a frog state context, got nothing to do with frogs. We want this to be, just put it in the current file and I can dump it somewhere else. Take that, rip it out, dump it into here. So that all that stuff is together. Okay, that was a lot of work. But what it means is now I can go back to the jump stuff. And this can now just be in iState context. And look at that. No errors. Not a single error. Other than all this stuff which I haven't done. But yeah, we'll get to that. It's probably a good time to stop. I've been going for 3 hours. Why is little timer? Timer down here. Or this timer. Same timer. 3 hours on stream too, that's pretty good. Yeah, and I can feel it in my throat. It's stopping time. It's stop talking time. No talking. No more talking. I'm gonna leave all of this stuff with errors because that's a good place to end any coding session, is with compile errors that are pretty easy to get your brain into fixing. Just click all my fingers. Okay, so thanks for anyone who joined me, or watch your VOD, or on YouTube, or whatever. And good yacht, and also fair tea.